Go across from community to community, county to county, encouraging people to stay woke, to vote, stay woke, vote, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. And folks, we are so excited to be here today for this kickoff, for this rolling protest. And I'm very excited. I want to do a few shout outs and then we're going to move into some of the programmatic activities. You know, we have with us the 25th International President of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Norma White. Norma. Because we know legislation that is positive for the community happens when we have elected officials that support positive, inclusive legislation. We're always excited when we have state representatives with us. We have State Representative Angie Nixon from District 13 here in Florida. We leave no stone unturned when it comes to inclusion and diversity and equity. We leave no stone unturned when it comes to religious freedom. We have with us Elder Lee Harris from Mount Olive Primitive Baptist Church. Folks, y'all going to see some stuff rolling around in these streets of Florida that I'm not certain you've ever seen before. You're going to see this John Lewis bus that's going to be going all over the state, reminding people about the importance of voting and the power of the vote. But in addition to that, what TJC does is that we lift up young voters. We believe in Gen Z voters. We believe in young millennial voters. And we know one way to get there is through basketball. So we have a hoop bus that's going to be going with us all around the state, encouraging people to go out and get involved. I also wanted to recognize one of the people that was really principal in helping us to secure a lot of the things that we needed to make this protest, this rolling protest happen. And that is the person of the Civil Rights Director for the American Federation of Teachers, Regina Thomas. Regina, thank you. Now, it's my pleasure to bring up for some greetings the President of the Northeast Florida Label Council and the hosting facility here today, Russell Harper. Give it up for Russell Harper, y'all. The union's in the house.
Well, I guess the good part is I get to be first, so I don't have to follow some of those fantastic speakers. But I want to welcome all of y'all here. This is the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Union Hall. We have a lot of stuff here. I want to ask all of y'all to be safe and careful on this trip because we know how DeSantis and his goon squad is. He's going to be after us. But the old saying, if they're after one of us, they're after all of us. They are. They're after every single thing that's near and dear to all of us. The unions, the LGBT, the stay woke. DeSantis wants us all gone and having nothing. So y'all be careful out there. They'll be looking for you. Be safe. I hope you have a safe trip.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harper. Next, I wanted to bring up one of our partners, and let me tell you, with some of our partners, when they hear that we're getting ready to do something, they don't say, what are you going to do? They say, how can I help? I'm in. And that is one of these partners that I want to bring up now. She is the National Campaign Director for Moms Rising Together and Moms Rising Education Fund. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Janina Perez.
Well, folks, I didn't know I was going to be doing. How are you doing? It is an honor to be here. Barbara is also one of the amazing board members of Moms Rising. I can't say how important this work is. As we go and we look at Florida, Florida is becoming a place where we see families struggling more and more, and that doesn't have to be that way. So it's time to stay woke. And I'm so grateful to everybody traveling around this beautiful state to tell folks that we deserve to have a state that gives sunshine to families and good policies that actually lift our families and our communities up. Thank you and happy Juneteenth.
All right. You know, I can think of no better way to spend Juneteenth than fighting for freedom. We're not cooking out, we're not shopping, we're still in the fight for freedom. And that's what we're going to be doing on this rolling protest. We're going to continue the fight for freedom. And let me tell you, one of the organizations that knows a little bit about fighting for freedom, knows a little bit about fighting for reproductive rights, is the Southeast Regional Organizer of the League of Women Voters for the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Demetrius Fisher.
Thank you so much. We are so excited to be here, bringing greetings on behalf of Virginia K. Solomon, our CEO, and Dr. Deborah Turner, our board president at the League of Women Voters of the United States. And also on behalf of AFT-Florida and all of our local leagues across this Sunshine State. So thank you so much for having us and look forward to the journey.
Thank you so much, Demetrius. You know, one of the things that we love about the Transformative Justice Coalition, and I don't say this because I'm the board chair, one of the things we love about the Transformative Justice Coalition is we're not about the national organizations, period. We're about local organizations, people that are on the ground, people that are in the community, people that you touch, see every other day. That's what we're about. With that, it's my pleasure to bring out one of the grassroots fighters here in the state of Florida, here in Jacksonville. She's the Florida League of Women Voters, Jacksonville chapter president. Please welcome Linnell Philman. Linnell.
Thank you very much. So I'm Linnell Philman. I am the president of League of Women Voters here on the Jacksonville First Coast. And please know how honored and excited we are to be one of the anchor sponsors and participants with the Transformative Justice Coalition Freedom Riders, who will be traveling throughout the state of Florida. Y'all, they call it stay woke, but for some of it's going to be wake up. There are people who are asleep. For those of you who are unfamiliar with our work, we are a nonpartisan grassroots organization working to protect and expand voting rights and ensure everyone is represented in our democracy, not some, but all. This motorcade harkens back to the days of freedom riders who risked their lives to help African American people be able to vote here in the South. And y'all, that work apparently is not yet done. The fines for potential violations of newly created prohibitions in the state of Florida are bone-crushing. This motorcade event will be one of the last events where the League of Women Voters of Florida will be acting as a traditional third-party voter registration organization. The League is dedicated to ensuring that all eligible voters, particularly those from traditionally underrepresented and underserved communities, including our first-time voters, our non-college youth, our new citizens, our communities of color, the elderly and low-income Americans have the opportunity and the information to exercise their right to vote no matter the circumstances. After July 1st, when Florida Bill SB 7050 goes into effect, the League will no longer register voters with paper applications in our traditional fashion. We will help and advise registrants to register to vote online and to fill out the application on their own and provide them with an envelope, stamp, and address return so that they can get their voter registration application to their supervisor of election. This is a major and unwelcome change forced on us by Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida legislature. So this motorcade is a community event, and it's the kind that the League of Women Voters loves to do. We're honored to be working with the community leaders and organizations like our NAACP, the Transformative Justice Coalition, Rainbow Push, and others, and it's a great pleasure and honor to participate. Remember that voting brings us together as Americans. It's the one time we are all equal. Voting is your opportunity to support your community and have a say in America's future. We are asking attendees to live stream their attendance in the Stay Woke events and share them widely across the nation. There are those who want to make America Florida. And if that's the case, people across the state of Florida need to know that you will be, across the nation need to know you will be losing individual freedoms, you will be losing individual rights, and you will be losing the right to vote. Stay woke, America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linnell. You know, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that I want to be certain that everyone is aware of is that these freedom riders that are going across the state of Florida, there are 27 of them that are boarding the bus to go across the state of Florida. Let's be clear. They recognize this is a national issue. 20 of them are from different states because they realize that when you don't deal with a bad situation, it only metastasizes. So they want to be certain that they stop it here at its root in the state of Florida. 7 of them are here in the state of Florida that are the Freedom Riders. So that's the type of support that we're talking about. Let me tell you, we're a nonpartisan organization. This is a nonpartisan rolling protest. This is about community. This is about people. This is about safety. This is about individual liberties and individual rights. It's not about a political party. It's about doing what's right for the community. And that's what this is about. In saying all that, I want to be certain that we recognize a family that can tell you a little bit about standing up to bad policy, standing up to bad elected officials and overturning and getting them out of office when they're not doing what they've been elected to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to do a shout out to Marcus Arbery and the family of the Arbery's. Marcus Arbery is with us. Where's Marcus? Where's Marcus? Where's Marcus? Marcus is one of these people. Marcus is one of these remarkable people. You know, yesterday we celebrated Father's Day. And on Father's Day, I tell everybody, and I continue to tell everybody, the father of the decade is Marcus Arbery. He's the one who stood up when his son was unjustifiably slain in Georgia and decided that it needed to be brought to justice. So he and his family rallied to bring justice for Ahmaud Arbery. So I want to give a shout out to Marcus Arbery and the family, and I want to be clear, because it's not over for Ahmaud Arbery. We've rounded 3 of the bases. We got the first base when we got the shooter, we got the second base when we got the dad, we got the third base when we got the neighbor that was there. We're going to bring it home because we're going after the prosecutor that wouldn't do what she was supposed to do, Jackie Johnson, in that case. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Arbery family. Let me tell you, when we talk about gun violence, we talk about a lot of issues. And one of the issues that we talk about is the community response. Next person I want to have come up to speak is the founder and one of the members of the Moms Demand Action to End Gun Violence, Katie Hadaway.
Thank you so much. I didn't realize I was going to speak today. Let's come in here. I want to just say that this Saturday marks 7 years since the tragedy at the Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. We have to keep pushing back against these deadly gun laws. We saw our state ram through permitless carry that will be enacted on July 1st. And I am gravely concerned of the intersection this will have with our state's shoot first, stand your ground law. We hear a lot about freedom in our state of Florida, but we are not free until every person, every child is free from the threat of gun violence, the #1 killer of children. So we all must rally. Thank you to the Freedom Riders who are going out across Florida. We will not let America become what Ron DeSantis has done here in Florida. So keep fighting, get out to every poll, vote, bring your friends, as my friend Veronica says, bring 10 friends, get everyone to the polls, vote. Like, lives literally depend on it. Thank you.
Again, I tell you, and I tell you again. It's about voting, voting, voting. I'll tell you, and I'll tell you again. It's about local elections. It's about state elections, okay, and federal elections, all levels. We're so pleased to have with us, and I wanted to recognize her. She's part of the Jacksonville City Council here, and her name is Tyrona Clark Murray, out of District 9. Thank you for being here, Madam Councilperson. One of the things that I can tell you is that when we talked about having this rolling protest, and Barbara said, I want to do a rolling protest. All right, I said, well, Barbara, I don't know. Let's think about this. No, I want to do it. All right. So 15 cities, I want to go to 15 cities. So we started down the path trying to figure it out. And the first person that Barbara said, was, we need to talk to the NAACP. We need to go down to Florida to talk to the NAACP. And it wasn't even a half of a breath when we heard from Dr. Adura Obi-Enweze, the president of the Florida NAACP. He said, absolutely, we're going to do this. And I'm going to activate every chapter to get them involved and be certain that this is picked up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring up the president of the NAACP for the Florida State Conference, Dr. Adura Obi-Enweze. Dr. Enweze.
Thank you so much, Daryl. Well, let me tell you, when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we vote, we win. When we vote, we win. I want you to know I'm so happy today, I don't know what to do. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, each of the groups, each of the individuals. Did you know that we had youth with us? Where are the youth? Let me hear from the youth. Yes. Now let me tell you, we have got to get everybody involved. This is something you can't play with this one. You know, sometimes you try to say, oh, I'll sleep a little late. Nah, not right. Oh, I got something to do. No, just to go to the polls and get everybody you can find. We have worked hard. You are going to work hard. And we want you. NAACP will always be here for you and for fight, we win. Fight, we win.
When we fight, will we fight? Will we fight? Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we hear from a lot of the state representatives, organizations, for local representatives that are here. But I wanted to be certain, because I said in the beginning that this fight is for the youth. This is about Gen Zs. This is about young millennials and the rights and the differences that they can bring. It's my pleasure to bring up one of our freedom riders, a Floridian, Mr. Devin Guthrie. Devin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, thank you. So, as former NAACP Youth and College President, as a veteran, you know, as a member of the Freedom Riders, it's a pleasure to be here and to serve the state of Florida throughout this tour. And as someone who's the age of 25, I often tell people I can run for Congress if I'd like. And when it comes to our youth, we shouldn't just be out there voting. We should become the people that we vote for. When we turn 18, there's open offices in our individual counties, cities, sectors, what have you, that we can run for at the age of 18. Because when these people who are making laws and making policies and making decisions on our behalf are not making decisions with our behalf in mind, that means we should take their position. And again, we're nonpartisan, but we should understand that no matter what side you're on, we can have the opportunity to take positions and make it what we want. So when we turn 18, just know we don't have the power just to vote. We can become the person on the ballot. And in my opinion, as someone in Florida, I don't think these people are doing what we need as citizens. So it's time for us to step up and not just vote, but become the people we need to vote for. Because on this Juneteenth, it's not just about celebrating Juneteenth, it's about making change. And how do we do that? By voting, by speaking out, by passing out banned books, by becoming the people we need to vote for. So I encourage everyone to not just vote, not just educate themselves, but to become the leaders that we need. Not the leaders that we want, the leaders that we need. Because in this state of Florida, we have the leaders that we don't need, frankly. And that's a nonpartisan comment. Because we have them on all sides, that some leaders that we don't need. So we need to become the leaders that we need in order to make the proper change for our youth that are coming up right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Devin. The youth have spoken. The Gen Zs have spoken. They're putting the word out. They're putting the gavel down saying, no more. No more. They're going to make the change. I wanted to recognize the president of the NAACP for the Jacksonville, Florida chapter, Isaiah Rumlin. Brother President, just wanted to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we have focused on, and one of the things that this rolling tour, this rolling protest will focus on, is the teachers. We've got to be certain we're supporting our teachers. We got to be certain that, you know, it used to be that they had the tools that they needed to be able to teach, that they had the books, they had the materials to be able to teach. But now we're in a period where they're trying to criminalize teaching in the classroom and what you teach in the classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring out one of our national sponsors, one of our biggest supporters, one of the people that we cheerlead for, the president of the American Federation of Teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Randi Weingarten. Randi!
So, this is where the national leadership should be, on the ground in Florida, not in Washington. And I want to just say to Sister Adora and Sister Barbara, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to Brother Darren, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to all of you, God bless you. See, as a 65-year-old, I can still bend. What do you think? Look, the bottom line is this. We have to wake the country up and make sure that the people in Florida who understand what is at stake have a voice. And that is what you're all doing. So I have two books with me that I carry along too. One is a pamphlet, one is a book. Look, I'm a social studies teacher, so I got to teach history. How the heck could anyone say that it is okay to ban this poem in any school in the nation? And the moment it was banned, notice what happened when your current governor, I say current because he ain't going to be the president of the United States if you have anything to do with it. So how is it that anybody gets caught that he banned it, right? And then he says, oh no, it's not banned for middle school students. Now, think about this poem for a second. Think about what Amanda Gorman did, and then connect it to exactly what you're doing. If we do not speak, if we are not heard, then you know who will be heard. Why is it we are in, and I want to honor the memory of Mike Williams, this was his chapter, and he, the head of the AFL-CIO of the state, passed away suddenly yesterday. But think about what this is. You got labor. Jacksonville was the home of A. Philip Randolph. Labor. Students. Civil rights activists. Moms. Voting activists. All together saying, we are going to get through. We're going to ride a bus. We're going to go to every single city center. We are going to get through to speak truth to power. Because we know that voting matters regardless of what they throw at us. And we know that education matters regardless of what they throw at us. And we know that labor matters and activism matters regardless of what they throw at us. So no wonder that's what DeSantis did this year. He went after voting. He actually, instead of banning books, why are you not banning assault weapons? He went after school teachers, and he went after school children, and he tries to stop kids from reading this book, and he went after labor. But you said it. We need to rise. And as always, we are being led by our young people. This day of emancipation, we with knowledge, with labor, with economic security and economic sanctity, and with voting. Thank you very much for letting me join you.
You know, there was a time in Florida and throughout the South and every place that had black people that were enslaved, it was illegal to teach them to read. Now, they want to make it illegal for you to read that history. They made it illegal for them to read. Now they want to make it illegal for you to read about them. That's what this rolling protest is about. We're so appreciative of the American Federation of Teachers, one of our national sponsors. We're so appreciative of Black Voters Matter, who will be joining us in this rolling protest. So appreciative of the Rainbow Push Coalition. Oh, let me tell y'all, we were on the phone with Reverend Jackson, and rest assured that if he could be here, he would be here. No question asked. And he's saying a blessing over all of us as we're here going through this protest. We're so appreciative of our other national sponsors, the NAACP, for the state of Florida, as well as the League of Women Voters. We're grateful for all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring up now my co-leader, the founder of the Transformative Justice Coalition, the president of the Transformative Justice Coalition, as well as the president emeritus of the Lawyers Commission for Civil Rights under law. We call her the Queen Mother of Election Protection for the United States of America. If Congress, if the Supreme Court would listen to Barbara Arnwine, we wouldn't be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Arnwine.
Thank you. Good morning, Jacksonville. Good morning, Florida. We're here to stop the nightmare that Ron DeSantis and that roguish state legislature has brought upon our people. We won't have it. It's wrong that families are saying they got to move out of Florida because their children who are transgender can't be protected. It's wrong to tell women that you have no reproductive choices after 6 weeks. It's wrong to ban books, to ban these beautiful, amazing books. It's wrong to say no AP class. It's wrong to take over colleges and universities. It's wrong to say no diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's wrong to say no third-party voter registration, or if you make a mistake, $250,000 fine. It's wrong. But you know what? We're here about making things right. We're here because we're going to what? Stay woke. And we are going to make sure that Floridians are registered, that we give away these, 4,000 bad books during this tour, during this incredible rolling protest. But more importantly, we're going to make sure everybody understands we're one movement. All of us united, that we cannot be what? Defeated. So we are going to win. We're getting ready to roll across Florida to my young, beautiful, amazing Freedom Riders. Average age 22. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for rolling. We're about to do it. We're going to reboard the buses. We're going to take off. But we want to say to the world, we want to say to the nation, but more importantly, we want to say to Florida that we will fight. And when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you. Okay. With that said, thank you everybody. Here's Daryl, and we're getting ready to go.
Thank you, Barbara Arnwine. Yeah, I did want to recognize one other person that's here is Alexis Gaines with the Black Alliance Group. Alexis, welcome. Thank you for all that you do locally here in Jacksonville. Folks, if you are part of the votercade, you want to be certain that your sign, your Stay Woke Florida sign is properly attached to your car. We're going to have two of our Freedom Riders that are going to go around to be certain that the painter's tape is properly on and so your car is properly affixed. Hello, there we go. Again, we want to thank you all for coming out. Thank you for participating. It's time to head to Tallahassee. All right, let's get this moving.